host of the Gridiron.
So what? So now letting them go. What are the cap savings for Daniel Jones' release? What are the ramifications? I saw in an article. Let Daniel Jones go. Well, the Giants they have a nice little chunk of change going forward here. Where we at here? Here we go. Right. Giants release Daniel Jones. And these are the financial implications of the move. It was a mistake for the New York Giants to give Daniel Jones a 4-year. Well, of course, hindsight's always 20/20, right? To give him this deal. But he had 2 years of guaranteed money, so it would be hard to fix it before 2025. Well, in some way, they did it. The Giants had benched Jones earlier this week to avoid an injury that would guarantee him an additional $23 million in salary for next season. This week, he was moved down to quarterback number 3, and then to quarterback number 4 with the addition of Tim Boyle to the practice. Tim Boyle went to the practice squad, and a period that included reps as a scout team safety. It was too much for everyone involved. Daniel Jones requested a release, and the Giants agreed. Now the former first-round pick is not a Giant anymore. The ramifications. For right now, the release doesn't make much difference for the Giants because the 2024 salary was fully guaranteed. That means that his $47.855 million cap hit will be kept as dead money. That's unless someone else claims him off of waivers. After the trade deadline, every NFL player, including vested veterans, goes through the waiver system. And if someone claims him, the new team absorbs the rest of his contract. That means $11.8 million in the salary for this year. However, considering the high salary and the risk of injury, which could trigger future guarantees, it's an unlikely scenario. The real difference, since this year's salary won't be affected, most likely the big difference for the Giants is that a release now means the team can't apply the post-June 1st designation. Daniel Jones will count $22.21 million in dead money for the Giants in 2025, and there's no way around it. Let's see. But had the Giants waited until the offseason, they could have released him with that designation, splitting the dead money in 2 years. So it would have been $11.1 million in both 2025 and 2026, but the Giants wouldn't get the cap relief until June. But I mean, this way you look at it right now, this way is that all the dead money, okay, it's not 2 years. All right. So, so they're taking a bigger hit in the dead cap money. Oh, it goes all next year, but it's going to free them up a lot in 2026. As the decision has been made, it makes sense to accept the full effect in 2025 and move on from everything as soon as possible. Absolutely. Even considering the dead money, the Giants will still open up $19.395 million in cap space next season because they let him go. For now, the Giants hope that a desperate team claims Daniel Jones, and the rest of the season will have Tommy DeVito, maybe just him, maybe some of Drew Lock as well. We will have to wait and see. But if we look, right, at the 2025, the Giants have right now, they have $65 million in cap space right now. So that's they have $27.3 million in dead cap money. Now, the thing is with that is a lot of that dead, basically the dead cap money they have, there's $27.3 million next season. A lot of that, almost all of it, is between two players. You got Daniel Jones, and we scroll down to the bottom here where we are. Daniel Jones is at $22.2 million, and Darren Waller's $4.9 million in dead cap money. So let's go to 2026. Do they have any dead cap money in 2026? Let's see what the hell we have there. Nope, they have no dead cap money in 2026. Nothing. So that's good. And as of right now, of course, there's a lot of players they won't have, but as of right now, they have $200 million in cap space for 2026. Get yourself a lot of players with that. 2026, $200 million cap space. So, as I said, there's a lot of players that they don't have, but they do. They got some guys, some decent guys who are signed under, but that's a couple years down the road. But in 2026, they have no dead cap money, which is great. So the dead cap money that they have for Darren Waller and the dead cap money that they'll have for Daniel Jones will be all next season, and it'll be off the books for 2026. So that's good. So if I think I would rather do it that way. I would rather try to get all the dead money for Daniel Jones off the books next season and wait 2026. Whew, it's all gone. Daniel Jones and all his money is gone. Right? A fresh outlook on life, right? But let's see here. This in 2025. Let's see, the Giants. Say they have right now they have $65.4 million. Now that could include the money that they have left over from this season, right? Because whatever money they have like $4 million or so. What do they have there? Let's check it out. Whatever they have left after this season's over with, they have 4.8, almost 4.9 million. So they have close to $5 million in cap space. So that if they don't use any of that, which they will, they'll use some of it probably. If they don't, whatever they don't use, they don't lose. They carries to the next season. So I think that's where I think there's about 5 million of that money, of that 65 million that they have next season is from the cap space they have here. Okay. The problem is, one of the problems right here is this year, dead cap money have $80 million in dead cap money. 80 million. Let's see, what the hell is the dead cap money? Dead money. Daniel Jones, Leonard Williams, 10 million for Leonard Williams, and Dory Jackson is 3 million. Darren Waller is 2.5 million. A'Shawn Robinson is 2 million. Aaron Robinson, 1.6 million. Mark Lewinsky, 1.5. Nick McLeod, 1.5. Tyrod Taylor, 1.4. Carlos Basham is 600,000. They got a bunch of smaller guys, but the dead cap money, a lot of it is Daniel Jones, 47 million. Well, he wasn't totally. It's 47 million. It's he did play half the season with the team, but as of right now, the Giants have about 4.9 million in cap space this season, right? But said they saved themselves some money going forward. Whoops. And also, apparently, according to what it says in that article, is if somebody doesn't look like somebody's going to be picking up Daniel Jones for about $12 million. Don't think so. They said the only thing I question, which I'm not sure of, was say there's 3 weeks left in the season because they get paid every week, right? They break their paychecks. They get broken up, I guess, into 18 weeks. So if you make $18 million, I guess you get $1 million a week, I guess. So I'm saying, so if there's say 3 weeks left in the season, do the Giants pay his pay? The weeks that he's not employed by another team, but then when if somebody else picks him up, say maybe he's going to go to the playoffs, do they have to pick up maybe the final 3 week paychecks of his? Maybe they might have to owe him $4 or $5 million, or don't know. I don't know, but anyway, as of right now, it really looks rather unlikely if somebody's going to swoop in and pick up Daniel Jones. I said, unless, I don't know. I don't know of a team out there who would be Jonesing that bad for Daniel Jones to come in. I don't know. Because I mean, you look at what he's done with the Giants this season, and I don't know, man. It's hard to see if a lot of teams want to be jumping, almost $12 million to get a Daniel Jones. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, the Giants are saving themselves a nice chunk of money. So they have like $60 million. I said, you figure, about $10 million of that might come out maybe for the draft class. So the Giants might have maybe around $50 million. Right? I mean, you can bring in one real nice player, because obviously, no shocker here, we got some holes, right? We can bring in, bring in a cornerback, right? You bring in a defensive tackle. You can bring in a good, I don't know if there'll be a phenomenal tight end in free agency out there, where you can go out there and maybe pick up maybe a nice wide receiver, right? Pick another offensive lineman. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I guess Van Roten, I think we just got in for 1 year. Right, so so you can go out there, you can get yourself a couple of nice guys, you can get yourself one big boomer. I'll have to wait and see. But I mean, as of right now, the Giants, they got some money to spend. So, right. Problem is letting Daniel Jones go. Of course, we don't have a quarterback, right? And I said, we'll have Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan, which is great. So as I said, these next 7 weeks will be very important for him, because if Shane and Dable are here next year, Tommy, he put a little bit of on his resume last year. It's like, we had a horrible offensive line. We didn't have great weapons, this, that, and the other thing. And I won 3 games, right? I think I went 3-3, right? So let's see what he does these final 7 weeks, right? Can he win a few games, right? Can he prove his point? It's like, hey, maybe I can't be the starter, but hey, you might want to have me around as a backup next year. So these are very, very important weeks for Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan.